Hi students, I am Pawan Jaiswal. Welcome back to Brainwaves videos. Now, students, you all know that Infosys drives are going on. So we have a collection of some of the questions which are very important. And let me just try to tell you what are the questions you will be having in Infosys and what kind of logics we should apply for these kind of questions and what are the main topics you should prepare for. And this is a last minute preparation for some of the students, so just try to have a look on it. Don't forget to watch the video till the end. You'll be find some of the questions which are being given in the recent drive. Students, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel where you'll be getting more and more videos in the coming days. Now they have changed the pattern paper. Let me show you what is the new pattern paper, and later we will be discussing a lot of questions based on Infosys. Here is a new pattern paper, students, where the new thing they have added is pseudocodes and the puzzle solving. In the previous pattern papers, these kind of things were not there. Now 10 questions mathematical ability with 35 marks, which is very simple for you, and you have got a handsome of time following. Now 15 questions of logical. This is not that tough, and they'll be giving 25 minutes. Mainly you have to practice the directions and syllogisms, where you'll be having questions of 5. And also you will be having the questions of data sufficiency, which I'll be explaining in this current video. Overall 100 minutes of time, students. I don't think so 100 minutes are very less. It's a manageable with 54 questions for you. Let's start doing this question. Guys, this is the first question. Don't try to miss this video till the end. You will be loving the questions what are very important. Okay, what is said that Arun walks from his home to office and return to his home on the starting point where he's coming from on his cycle. Are you understanding? So thus he is taking a total time of 6 hours 30 minutes. Means guys, he is going by walk to his office. Are you understanding, everybody? But after that, what is he doing? He's coming on cycle. Are you understanding? He's coming on cycle. So it is going to take 6 hours 30 minutes. So this is what the concept says. The next time, what he said that he is going, he would gain 2 hours by driving both ways. He is taking how much time, guys? 2 hours by driving both ways. Are you understanding, everybody? Means going on the bicycle and coming back from the office to his home on the bicycle, he is saving 2 hours. Means what? 4 hours 30 minutes. That's a 2 hours gap. Are you understanding, everybody? What is my question is what here? How long it would take to walk both ways? Means going by walk and coming by walk. So this question is also important question. So you should understand this. There are 2 methods of doing. I'll show you one of the nominal way. Then I will just try to tell you a very tricky way. Is that? Let's try to have a look. Now students, here, let's try to have a look here. Going by walk, time taken to take by walk and time taken to go on bicycle is 6 hours 30 minutes, and time taken to go on bicycle plus time taken to go on bicycle is saving 2 hours. How much time, guys? He is saving 2 hours. Means it is reducing by 4 hours 30 minutes. Is that fine? So what do? I'll solve these 2 equations and I'll just try to get the value of time taken to go by walk, because he's asking how much time it taken to go by walk so that he can come back. Time taken to go on bicycle, 2 times the time taken to go on bicycle is 4 hours 30 minutes. So definitely time taken to go on bicycle is divided by 2. When you divide by 2, students, it will be very simple. 2 hours 15 minutes. I hope you have understood that. So this is time taken to go on cycle. What do you want? You want the value of this B. Can you get the value of B? Yes. Provided this, you can substitute here. This value you can substitute here. Are you understanding, everybody? I'll show you with calculation. As I told earlier, it's 6 hours 30 minutes. Following, everybody. In that, I am substituting this value here. This value here. Are you sure? Shall I substitute? Let's try to move. Time taken to go by walk plus time taken to go on bicycle. Instead of this, I should not write down here. I am substituting 2 hours 15 minutes is equal to 6 hours 30 minutes. So can you get the time taken to go? Yes. Time taken to go by walk is what? Subtraction of these 2. Okay, everybody. So 6 hours minus 2 hours is 4 hours. And 30 minutes minus 15 minutes is what? 15 minutes, students. So we can understand that it's 4 hours 15 minutes to go by walk on single side. So do you think that when he go by walk, and do you think he will come by walk, do you think it will be equal time or double? It will be double. So 4 hours 15 minutes and 4 hours 15 minutes multiplied by 2, totally 8 hours 30 minutes. So this is a way we are supposed to do the question, and we got the answer. But I'll tell you that this kind of tricky question can be done in a very simple way. Shall we do a simple way? Let's try to see everybody on the screen right now. Students, have a look here. Time taken to go by walk and the time taken to go on the cycle, that the bicycle, is 6 hours. Is that fine, everybody? And time taken to go on bicycle and bicycle coming back is saving 2 hours. As he told, how much time is saving? 2 hours, means 4 hours 30 minutes. Following everybody, guys? How much time is saving? 2 hours of time. Now, what do I want? I want the value of time taken to go by walk, time taken to go by walk, how much? Sure, students, have a look here. Here, when you try to see here, it is same. Why you are taking 2 hours extra? Why you are taking 2 hours extra is coming the difference over here. Both equations seems to be same. There is no change in the equations. But why 2 hours extra is only because of this. Previously you are going by walk, here you are going on the cycle. So the difference between this time taken to go by walk and time taken to go on bicycle, is it equal? No. You have 2 hours of gap. The gap between these two is not equal. The time taken to go by walk and the time taken to go on bicycle, they are not equal. What do they have? They have a 2 hours of gap. Following everybody? Now, the gap between them is what? 2 hours. So here I want time taken to go by walk and time taken to go by walk 2 times. So here I am changing this time taken to go by walk. When here it is increasing by 2 hours, so here also it is increasing by 2 hours. So this is 6 hours, this is 8 hours 30 minutes. Are you understanding, everybody? So instead of this, if I substitute this, it will be increasing by 2 hours. He only told the gap between them is how many hours, guys? 2 hours. So this is one of the simple way. You need not have any calculation. Okay, same answer you're getting in the first method also and second method also. Hope you like this method and you can do this question very quickly. Yes or no? Let's try to move forward for our next question. Okay, now here this question is a similar question what I have explained you. I just want you to practice this question. Now after practicing, whatever the answer you got it, just try to comment in the comment box. Okay, everyone, let's try to move forward now. Don't try to miss the video till the end. You'll be finding the number of questions with a good answers. Now students, let's try to see the third question. This question is from ratio and proportions. What is said that a vessel which contains 40 liters of full milk, where 4 liters of milk is replaced by 4 liters of water. Means when nobody is watching, you're taking 4 liters of milk and replacing it 4 liters of water. So this process is done once again. Means you are repeating this process 2 times. So let's try to have a look here. Most of people think that this is 40 liters of full milk. 4 liters of milk is taken out. 36. Again 4 liters of milk is taken out. This is 32. And you believe that the answer is 32, which is exactly wrong. Following. Why it is wrong? I'll tell you. First time you are taking 4 liters of milk out. Second time you are taking 4 liters of milk? No. Second time when you just try to take away 4 liters, along with that water will also come out. I think you have understood. Let me just try to show you a small activity. Here you have a container which has completely 40 liters of milk. Now first time you are taking out only milk. How much of milk is gone out? 4 liters of milk is gone out. Are you understanding? Now it is 36 liters. Are you understanding, everybody? When nobody is watching, you are silently filling 4 liters of water. Are you understanding? You fill the brim. To the brim you have filled this one. Are you understanding, everybody? Now this is the one which you have done one time. Are you sure, guys? Do you think this process is repeated again? Yes. As I told you, when you take away for the second time, do you think only milk will go out or water or both? Both will go out, guys. Milk will also go out, water will also go out. When silently you fill, only water you are filling. So this is the way the question has been given. Are you understanding, everybody? So this kind of question can be done in a very quick method, the small equation. Have a look. I'll tell you each and everything. Have a look now. Where x is the initial quantity, x is the initial quantity, and y is how much quantity you are replacing with this kind of process. And the next one, n, is nothing but the number of times you have done this process. Are you understanding, everybody? Have a look now. X is the initial 40 liters, that is 1 minus 4 liters divided by 40 whole power n. Are you understanding? So here you should understand that you have already done this process and this process is repeated again. So it's very simple for you. N value is 2 times. Now it's time for the calculation, guys. 40 into 1 minus 4 ones are 4 tens are, that is 1 by 10 power 2. So 40 into 1 minus 1 by 10 is nothing but 9 by 10 whole square. Now in turn 40 into 81 by 100, that is 9 square by 100 square. Hope you all know these basic calculations, guys. Now 0 0 get cancelled. Now this is 324 upon 10. When you remove the 10, keep one dot, don't forget to keep the dot. So we can say that 32.4 liters is a final. What is this, guys? This is a final liquid which is left is 32.4. Sometimes they can ask you this question that this process is repeated 3 times. So nothing but instead of 2, you are supposed to substitute 3. That's it. Are you understanding, everybody? The number will be changing once again. So that is depending on the kind of question what they're going to give you. But last year, the TCS has given this kind of question. They ask you, there is an original liquid called Sura. 5 liters of Sura is replaced by 5 liters of water for dilution. This process is repeated 2 times. So what's the final quantity of Sura? This kind of question was given. So hopefully this question will be helpful for you for the preparation of Infosys. Don't try to forget to watch till the end. You'll be finding more questions. Let's try to see the next question. Now let's try to see this question, everybody. This question is from percentages. This kind of questions are nominally given every time. So I have just what is said that ABC are 3 sisters and they decided to buy a mobile phone to their father, okay, by contributing all the 3 of them. So what is said that A being the eldest, her share is 40%, and C being the youngest, her share is 25%, and the rest was the amount is given by B. Hope these all people are having the equal share. No, here A being the eldest, she is going 45%, not 45, I'm sorry, 40%, and C 25%, and the rest is given by B. Whatever the mobile price they have decided. But when they arrived the mobile shop, guys, what happened is that there was a discount of 10%. So tell me, when they have a plan to purchase a mobile and 10% discount was given, don't you think these all people money will be saved? Yes, everybody will save by 10%. Okay. Now, because of this discount, B gets 800 rupees back to her share. Means she is saving 800 rupees. Means she is saving 700 rupees. She gets but because of the discount, B gets 700 rupees back to her share. Are you understanding, everybody? Clear? Means let's try to believe that the total mobile is 100 rupees. Assume that this is 100 rupees cost, the mark price, whatever you call. But here you have got a discount, guys. How much discount? 10% discount. Means it's not increasing, it is decreasing. Now the final price is 90 rupees. When the final price is 90 rupees, do you think this everybody will save the amount of 10%? Yes. When the total amount is saved by 10%, everybody will be saving by 10%. So let's sort of see here. Let's sort of imagine that it was 100 rupees in the beginning. So 40% of A means A is supposed to put 40 rupees, B 25%, 25 rupees, and rest is what? 35 rupees. When they have thought it is 100 rupees. Now the price is reduced by 10%. When price is reduced by 10%, everybody will save 10% from their pocket. Everybody will save how much percent, guys? Everybody will save 10% from their pocket. Following, everybody? Now he is not supposed to pay 40 rupees. 10%. What is 10%, guys? 4 rupees. You all know that. Remove this 4 from here. It will be 36 rupees. B will remove 3 rupees 50 paise. 3 rupees 50 paise when you remove, she need to pay 31.5 rupees. And here C will also reduce by 10%. That is 10% is 2.5. 25 minus 2.5 is nothing but 22.5. I hope these are the basic calculations which you have to learn in the regular classes. Now, so what did he say here? In general, he told that B saved 700 rupees. So this is the original numbers. All these are assumption numbers, but this seems to be original number. Are you understanding, everybody? So how much money did they pay to the mobile after discount? Now let's try to see with the reality. Have a look here. What is the B saved in our assumption? So 35 rupees, 10% she saved, means 31.5. How much money she saved? She saved 3.5 rupees when the mobile cost is 90 rupees. After discount, mobile cost is 90 rupees, and after discount she saved this much. Are you understanding, everybody? So this is nothing but assumption values. What are these values, guys? These are assumption values. Now what do you want? You want the real. B in reality have saved 700 rupees. Sorry, you should not see 700 rupees. B saved 700 rupees. So we are supposed to find out what is the cost of the mobile. So we are supposed to do the cross multiplication where you will get the real cost of the mobile after discount. After discount, assumption cost is 90. After discount, you will get the real cost. Shall we? 3.5. 700 into 90 upon 3.5. 0.5 nothing but remove this point, put a 0, that is 10. Students, 35 ones are 35 twos are 0. This 0 will go to the numerator. Okay, that will be 200, guys. Now this is 18,000. So if I just try to ask you, who is this 18,000 rupees? This 18,000 rupees is the price of the mobile after discount. What, guys? After discount. Are you understanding, everybody? I think you have understood this basic question. When it is reducing 10%, everybody is reducing 10%. So B's 10% is 3.5. Our B's 10% is 3.5. Following, everybody? Hope you have understood this question. Let's try to go for the next question. Now it's a time for data sufficiency. You will be given some minimum 4 to 5 questions of DS. DS is a little tricky. That's the reason Infosys stresses on this thing. Let's try to see what is this question. This question is from blood relation, guys. So in the regular classes, you might have learned blood relations. So let's try to see the data sufficiency based on blood relation. Okay. Now, what did he ask in this question? Who is the paternal uncle of M? You know who is paternal? Paternal means father's side. Father's brother. Okay. Now, first statement is given like this and the second statement is given like this. So what are the options? With the help of either statements you are able to answer, then your answer is A. If you think that both together are required 100% to answer, then your answer is B. Even if you don't want these two, I mean, with taking these two also you are not able to answer, your answer is what, guys? D. Following. And C is little interesting. What is that? That any one of the statement, either with single, anyone, either with one or two, but not both. Single statement is sufficient to answer. So then your answer should be C. So let's try to see this blood relation question right now. Here he told you that first statement, I'm not using the second statement, guys, only the first statement. M is a brother of V. So I have got V here. M is a brother. Brother means same generation. Means male or female, it's a male. You can keep a plus symbol for a positive. Okay. Now, V is the daughter of Q. Before who, guys? Whenever they ask you before who, we are talking about the same fellow. Immediately before. Are you understanding, everybody? So V is the daughter of Q. V, that is a girl, she is the daughter of Q. Who is this Q? Q is a mother or father, we have no idea. Let's try to read more. Who is the sister of P? Who? Q is a sister. Q is a female. She is a sister of P. Again, you read here. Who is a brother of L? Who is a brother of L, students? Who is a brother of L? That P is a brother of L. Brother means male. So what is the question? We might be thinking in a hurry that who is the paternal uncle? Who is the paternal uncle of M? Here is M, students. Paternal uncle. Immediately we'll say P. He is a male. He is the uncle. Yes, we can answer with this kind of statement. We think like this. But it's wrong. Which type of uncle is this thing? Not paternal uncle, maternal uncle, because my mother's brother is a maternal uncle. Are you understanding, everybody? So who is the paternal uncle of M? I don't know. I know maternal uncle, that is P. Paternal uncle may be L, may not be L. We have no idea. So with the help of this, we have understood very clearly that first statement is not sufficient to answer this question. Whether let's try to use the second one. Yes, still the question is not yet over. चलिए देखते हैं. What is the second one? S is a brother of K. We have got K here. S is a brother. Brother means male or female. It's a male. I think you have understood that. Who is the husband of K? Not K, it's V. Who is the husband of V? K is the husband of V. Means K and V are married couple. Here K is a male fellow and V is a female fellow. Wife and husband. So I'm keeping in a box so not to confuse. Now, who is the mother of G? Guys, V. V is the mother of G. V, you are a mother of G. Means G will be below. Some people might think that mother will be immediately above. No, mother will be below. Okay, now last one. Who is the sister of M? Who? G is the sister of M. Not M is a sister. G is a sister. Means female, guys. So what is the question? As you all know that who is the paternal uncle? Look at that. She is my mother, and mother means what? Mother's husband, father. Father's brother. Who is father's brother? Uncle. So who is the paternal uncle of M? That is S. Can you answer or not? Yes, I can answer. So we can say, students, second statement alone is sufficient. So any one statement, but not both. Both are not required as of now. Any one statement is required. I hope you have understood this. Clear? So with either statements, you cannot answer because the first statement is not supporting. Is it fine, everybody? Let's try to move forward for the next question, which is again a question from data sufficiency. This question was earlier asked in Infosys in 2019. Can we have a look? Yes, have a look here. A man purchased 4 dozens of bananas, means 48 bananas, along with 2 kgs of mangoes. Not 1 mango, not 2 mangoes, 2 kgs of mangoes, guys. What's the money? 75 rupees. What's the total money? 75 rupees. It's already given in the question only. Guys, this is already given in the question. So what's the cost of 1 banana? We are supposed to find out. We are supposed to find out what's the cost of 1 banana. So don't worry about that. 2 statements as usual given to you. I'm using only the first statement. I'm using the only first statement. So what is the first statement? The cost of 4 bananas. The cost of 4 bananas along with 1 mango is rupees 8. What is the rupees? Rupees 8. And this thing, guys, have a look here now. Here 48 bananas, 4 bananas might get cancelled, but there's a small twist here. This is not 2 mangoes, guys. This is 2 kgs of mangoes. This is 1 mango. Do you think it's okay for you to cancel? No. For 1 kg of mango, how many bananas are there? That's not known. But some people say, sir, it's given in the second one. Yes, but I'm not using the second one. I'm telling you the question with only statement 1. Is it possible? It's not possible. Following? Because we have no idea in 1 kg of mango, now students, let's try to see that. Can you cancel these 2 equations and just get the 1 banana value? No. You might think that I can cancel off these 2. No. This mangoes is 2 kgs of mangoes, not 2 mangoes. And here it is 1 mango, single piece of mango. So do you have any idea how many kgs, how many mangoes are there in 1 kg? So some people say immediately looking at the second statement. No students, I am not looking at the second statement. Only statement 1. So we can say one thing, that it's not sufficient, students. Is it sufficient? No, it's not sufficient. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient. Let's try to see what the statement 2 says. Now, I'm not using the statement 1. Only statement 2 I am using. What do you say? That number of mangoes that weigh per kg means 2 kgs are there. He told you per kg is 3. 1 kg of mango is 3 mangoes. He told you very clearly 1 kg has how many mangoes, guys? 3 mangoes. But 2 kgs means how many mangoes? 6 mangoes. Now kgs are removed. These are 6 mangoes. Students, this only 1 equation will you give the answer of banana? No, you cannot solve it. So 2 alone is not sufficient. So we have come to a conclusion that statement 1 alone is not sufficient and the statement 2 alone is not sufficient. It's time to calculate both. Following, everybody? It's time to take the both equations and let's try to see whether it is possible or not. Statement 1 and statement 2. Students, this we have got with the first equation. This we have got with the second equation. Following everybody? This we have got the first statement and second statement. So now first statement I am using and second statement also I am using here. Instead of 2 kgs, I am just writing here 6 mangoes. I have used the second statement also and I am using first statement also. Do you think guys these two statements can be easily solved? Yes. So after solving, you can get banana value by just multiplying 6, just multiplying 6 here. The whole equation when you multiply by 6, this will be 24 bananas, this 6 mangoes and this is 48 rupees. So thereafter minus, 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 this will get cancelled and somewhere around. Can you solve the banana value? Yes, I can get the banana value. Can you get it or not? What is the value? Nobody is interested to ask and save your time. In the Infosys live paper, you can save your time without solving this further. That is sufficient. So we can say that both statements together are required to solve this kind of question. Hope you have understood this. Guys, let's try to go for the next question. Believe that data sufficiency is one of the important topic for Infosys. Let's try to go for the next one. Now students, what are these questions? These are the missing terms. These are the problem numerical like a missing terms. Okay. Now a graph will be given to you. That will in the form of a box, that's a grid, or in some kind of like a circular manner or any kind of irregular patterns. So having given all these patterns, some of the terms will be missing guys. What we are supposed to do, we are supposed to find that particular missing term. And here the missing term is this question mark. So what is the relative? So what is the relation and what is the pattern we are supposed to see here? Have a look here. This question seems to be quite easy. Have a look here. You all know that 289 is nothing but 17 square. So there is some relation. Look guys, this and this is given to you. You have to choose these two numbers to get some relation with this thing. So I hope you are finding that. Here 15 and 32 have a gap of 17. Students here has given 17. So 17 square is 289. Somewhere guys, this section, if I call here, I'm getting 324. Let's try to apply the same pattern guys. Same pattern I'm applying here. Have a look here. 41 minus 23 is how much? 18. So did he write down 18 here? No, he wrote 18 square, that is 324. And here when you see the gap of 38 and 19, it's completely 19 is a gap. So what is 19 square guys? 361. So hope you have understood that. Here guys, let's try to see here what are the 4 options are given to you. The 4 options are 121 followed by 144 and 169 and 196. So I hope you have understood the logic. The logic is nothing but the difference of the numbers and then you have to square it. Following, let's try to find out the difference of 33 and 21. 33 and 21 have a gap of 12. So students, shall I write down 12? No, I should square it. So when you do 12 square, it should be what guys? It should be 144. So the best answer is C. Students, these kind of questions are the new questions which are coming in Infosys for the first time. But don't worry, it's quite easier. Sometimes it's tricky. What you need to do is what? Your IQ should be strong enough and you should know the proper patterns and you should know basic rules of squares, multiplications, additions and divisions. These are the regularly given patterns in this kind of grid questions. Let's try to move across and one more, like some kind of, question is given to you with a figure. What is said that this is a missing term we are supposed to find out. So the pattern, we don't know what's going on, but we should find out some relationship. Look guys, here we have got 3 and here we got 18. So you know that it's a multiple. It's a multiple. So how much guys? 3, 6, 18. Somewhere you are getting multiple. This kind of way you are supposed to find out whether it's a product or it's a division or it is addition or it's a gap. Whatever the things you will find out with your IQ, provided you should know squares, products and everything. Guys, let's try to have a look here. What did it say here? 3, 6 is 18. Following root 3 is multiplied by 6 to get 18. Again students, this 18 is multiplied by 6 to get 108. 18 is multiplied by 6 to get 108. I think you're understanding this. Again students, this 108 is multiplied by 6 to get 648. 108 is multiplied by 6 to get 648. Hope you have understood that. Now you are at the end. Same pattern, if you get it, you'll get it. 648 is multiplied by 6. Guys, when you multiply this, the answer is nothing but 3888. So this is the best answer. So somewhere he has given a product. When we just try to talk about the previous question, guys, when we talk about the previous question, here did not give you product. He gave the difference and the square. So these kind of patterns you might get in Infosys. Here the similar kind of pattern I'm giving to you. What did he say here? Again, you see here, guys, here 39, 44, 60. So I think that this 39 is 13 into 9. Sorry, 13 into 3 following. So this 44 is 11 into 4. Somewhere products are given to you. So you are supposed to find out some relationship between the top three numbers to get the final number and get the answer. So I believe you can do it. That is 8 plus 5, that is 13. This 13 is multiplied with this 3, which is present in the third row of the column. 13 3s are 39. I guess, guys, 4 plus 7, that is 11. 11 4s are 44. It seems to be quite easy. 9 plus 3, that is 12. 12 5s are 60. This is also matching. Now 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 8s are 72. Guys, I believe that the answer 72 is definitely matching. So these are the new questions, and I just try to tell you that you have to practice syllogisms. Guys, hope you all people have understood. Don't try to subscribe our YouTube channel, and also share this video with your friends who are preparing for Infosys. In our next video, I'll be getting more questions, and there is a full online course is going on. You can find everything in the description. Thank you. Thank you very much. All the best for you. Thank you.